Hello and welcome to this Islandora tutorial on editing metadata displays. We'll begin by logging into our site. In Islandora, metadata is displayed based on the object's content model. For example, a book object could be configured to display different metadata details than a thesis, as shown in this example. The thesis includes advisor details that are not shown in the details for the book. In most cases, you can see an object's publicly displayed metadata by clicking on the Details button under the object. If a metadata field is blank, that display label is suppressed from the display. Metadata display fields can be taken from an object's Dublin core, mods XML, or from other sources. This object is a book, and we can see the metadata displayed here. This display does not include any publisher information. That could mean that the object simply does not have publisher metadata, but we can check the mods fields to make sure. By going into data streams and clicking on the mods data stream, we see the metadata associated with this object. We also see publisher information here in the mods origin info publisher field. So we need to change the metadata display used for the book content model so that it displays publisher data. To do that, we're going to go into the Islandora menu and select Metadata Display. We want to configure the Islandora Solar metadata viewer, the metadata viewer. So click Configure. Now on this page, we see the name of the various metadata displays and the content models they are associated with. We want to change the display used on the book content model, and that display is the default metadata display configuration. It's also possible to create a new display configuration, but that would require starting from scratch. And in that case, it's best to open an existing template display in another window to serve as a guide. Now by clicking on the default display, we're brought to the configuration page. Here we could remove certain associated content models or associate the display with new content models. If we roll further down, we see the many solar fields that are associated with this default display. Remember that if an object doesn't have metadata in these fields, they're suppressed from view. And that's why, despite having these many fields, we don't see all of them because many of them are blank. There is no field for publisher, so I'll need to add a field. From my peek at the mods record earlier, I know that publisher data is held in the mods origin info publisher field. If you don't remember the exact field, you can begin typing and Islandora will autofill with options. Within Publisher, we have 6 options. In general, for the metadata display, you want to pick either multi-valued strings or multi-valued text. The important part is to choose an M field, a multi-valued field. For brief data fields like title, creator, or in this case publisher, you'll want to use the MS field. For longer fields like an abstract or a description, you'd want to use the MT field. More information can be found in the Islandora documentation. It's also possible to use Dublin core fields when configuring metadata displays. However, Dublin Core data streams cannot be edited within Islandora. You can only upload new XML files. And we add that field just by clicking on the Add button. If we wanted to remove a field, remove the selected, and then save the configuration. You can also drag fields to reorder them in the display, or make a field a hyperlink, and that will create a search based on that data element. In this case, it would show all objects with the matching publisher. After adding the publisher field, we need to give that field a brief title. I'll choose publisher. And then I'll save this configuration. If we go back to our object, and check the details section, we see that publisher information is now displayed for the book content type. And because I made it a hyperlink, by clicking on Jostens, we get a search showing all matching items with the same publisher. Now publisher information will be displayed for all objects using the book content type. Thank you for watching this tutorial, and have a good day.